to my YouTube channel, The Melissa Chronicles. My name is Melissa of The Melissa Chronicles, which you can find me on my socials with that handle, and welcome. So a little bit of an introduction about me before we get into the fun travel vlogs that I have set up right now. I am born and raised in Louisiana and went to school for kinesiology at ULM in Monroe, and then took a little gap year between college and graduate school wanting to study physical therapy. I ended up moving to New York, which was a dream of mine all through college. Lived in New York for 3 years, did a semester of PT school, decided it wasn't the right fit for me, and then worked at the restaurant for a little bit, and then did marketing for 2 years, all the way up until COVID. I lived in Manhattan for 1 year in the Dykeman area, and then lived in Brooklyn and Bushwick for 2 years. And again, lived up there until COVID, was there during the shutdown as it was happening. So that was what a historical moment to see, honestly. And went back home, thought I was just gonna come home for a little bit during the shutdown, and decided to just move back here and be closer with my family. We were having a lot of milestones going on. Our family dog was getting older. My brother was getting married at the time, and just decided to move home. Got a rental house back in 2021, I believe, the end of 2021. And then I bought this house, my first house, in October of 2022. And I've been here ever since, slowly but surely making it into a home. Our goal is to eventually turn it into a rental property and move into something else, home we can grow into. Things like that. I've been with my boyfriend Zach for almost 4 years now, and we are navigating this thing called life together. He's one of my best friends. Love traveling with him, even though I don't get the opportunity to do it much, because obviously it's a lot for us to both take off to go out of town. And yeah, we're just doing this thing called life together. And big Disney nerd. I grew up loving all the Disney movies and watching them. We went to the Disney parks as a kid for a family vacation, and it was one of our family vacations that really stood out in my mind. Was always dying to go back. Did a day trip to Magic Kingdom with my church my senior year of high school, and just kept trying to figure out how to go back. And then my friend and I got to go in 2022. We had a bucket list travel of wanting to go to Disney World during the 50th anniversary, and we got to do that, and I had a blast and was dying to go back. And then in 2023 we decided to make our girls trips kind of an annual thing, and so we did a Caribbean cruise on Norwegian Cruise Line, which we absolutely loved. I'm dying to go back on another cruise, whether it's Norwegian, going somewhere else, or on a Disney cruise line, but had the best time. And then in Christmas of 2023, my two friends and I went to Disneyland, and I fell in love with Disneyland, of course. I've been there once during their 60th anniversary. We did a day trip there with some other friends, and then kind of escalated in 2024. I learned about RunDisney, wanted to do one of the races, and thought, why not be the best one, because it was at a great time of year. We can go during Halloween and do Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, do my first race weekend where it wasn't too hot, it wasn't too cold, the weather would be like kind of perfect, and it wasn't one of the more popular race weekends to overwhelm me during my first run. And so I signed up for that, and Zach and I decided to go together and celebrate. His family grew up going to Disney a lot, and so he was excited to get to go back. And then my friends and I also turned 30, so we decided to do a 30th birthday girls trip to Disney World. And my mom wanted to go, and so we decided to go in January for Festival of the Arts to experience it. And so at that point, I just decided to become an annual pass holder and added on a 4th trip to Disney World to do Princess Weekend, because I love the themes, and I convinced my friend Mary Ellen to sign up for the races with me. And then so from there we thought, great, this is fun. And then it just kept kind of escalating to where we are now, where this past RunDisney season for 2025-2026 I did almost every race weekend, and then I've done on both coasts, so Disneyland and Disney World. And now I go to the parks every other month to every 2 months, which is crazy to say. Everyone at work thinks that I am insane. I'm still working in the service industry at a restaurant, looking to hopefully change career paths soon, but that is 100% on effort on me. And so I'm hoping that having this kind of creative outlet will help me decompress from work to give me the brain space and motivation to figure out what I want to do and go down a new path. So anyway, so I love going to the Disney parks. I'm a big thrill junkie. I love doing outdoor activities on trips, rock climbing, zip lining, whitewater rafting, everything like that. And so the roller coasters give me that thrill, but I love the magic and the excitement and just forgetting about everything when you're at the parks. I love creating outfits for the parks. I love getting to explore all the different resorts. One of my goals is to stay at every single Disney resort. And so I've been able to check off a couple this year that I've really enjoyed. And yeah, so I thought it'd be fun, since I've been going so much, to kind of vlog about it, because every trip is different for me. Whether it's a race weekend, a trip with Zach and I, a trip with just my friends, or a trip with other people, every trip is kind of different. And I would love to just be able to take advantage of that, record it, and show it to y'all to give you options for future trips that you want to do, get some ideas, just come along with us. And so that's how the Melissa Chronicles was born. This is my online diary, basically, in a sense. And so we're chronicling the story of my life, essentially. Again, I love to travel. I've gotten to do some really cool trips. Last year we went to Paris. Absolutely fell in love with Paris. It was a dream trip for mine. I thought it'd be a once-in-a-lifetime trip. Now I'm trying to figure out how to continue to go back, because I went with Mary Ellen, which you'll see soon. We did vlog it, so I'll be sharing that with y'all. And then but I would love to take Zach and show it to him. I would love to show him Disneyland Paris. He has also never been to Disneyland, so I'm hoping we could do a trip in the near future to Disneyland. We also want to do a California road trip, so I'm hoping that the fates will align, and maybe that'll happen this year. If not, I am determined to make it happen next year, putting it on the calendar now so that I don't over plan travels like this year. And I've done a fall foliage trip in the Northeast, which was beautiful. Dying to do that one again and explore more of Vermont and New Hampshire. And I absolutely fell in love with Rhode Island. We did Newport, and I am dying to go back there. We do trips to Arkansas. I would love to explore Tennessee some. Hopefully we can do a trip to Charlotte, North Carolina in a couple months. I do have tickets for a concert there that hopefully I won't have to sell. But yeah, so that's a little bit about me as far as the travel aspect goes. I also want to share just more stuff about my life as well. So you'll see a little about that here. I'll probably do like some monthly roundups. I'm a big avid reader. I went through a reading slump for months, but I'm finally getting back into it. So of course I'm going to share all my reads each month that I do. We love watching TV shows and movies on all the streaming services or platforms, so we can of course share recommendations with you guys on that. And I love hanging out with my friends here. We go and see musicals in Dallas and things like that. I have a small shop about that. So one of my creative outlets is that I love to draw. I love to create. And so I saw this influencer created a shop within her page that was desk calendars with these cute little bows on it, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's such a fun idea. I never really thought about the little desk calendars, 5x7 cardstocks, and I was like, that'd be so much fun to kind of create different thematic calendars. And at the time the Eras Tour was coming on, and that was kind of where it all started. I drew every outfit that Taylor wore on the Eras Tour and created the desk calendar, and it kind of really escalated on Etsy and took off. And then I've done some Disney stuff. I do RunDisney designs, metal stickers, metal replica stickers. I do Disney characters, and I have more ideas about that I want to expand on and not be so basic in a way. I'm trying to expand my creative mind and really challenge myself, and so I have some really exciting ideas right now. I just have calendars, stickers, starting to get into bookmarks, magnetic bookmarks I've really enjoyed making, and I do have a few art prints, and I want to get into some other things like maybe ornaments, back charms. Buttons are a new thing now, so I might get into that. But if you want to follow along on that and check it out, it's Melissa Lee Designs. And again, I'm kind of taking a back seat in life because I've been kind of in a creative rut as well, but I'm getting back into it, and I have so many exciting things to go on. My travels have really helped with inspiration. I want to do a resorts collection for the Disney parks, all of them too, not just Disney World and Disneyland, but I love to do the international parks kind of resort style. I have an idea for Epic Universe because I absolutely fell in love with that park when we went last month, and I'm dying to go back there. And then I have a Princess Spooky Season collection in mind, and then maybe a Spooky Taylor collection. So I'm playing around with different ideas that I want to expand on. And of course, like, things are always changing, always growing, and so I would like to grow along with it and continue to challenge myself artistically and as a small shop owner. And yeah, so that's basically my life, my story. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments below. I love to try and be an open book. This is really putting me out of my comfort zone to be giving people more of a glimpse into my life. I feel like I'm not the most outgoing person as an introvert, and so I'm hoping this will challenge me and allow me to grow as a person. It gives me a chance to expand, not expand, but like, it will give me a chance to, it will force me to get out of the house, maybe. We'll see. I'm a very cozy person, but maybe, you know, this will give me an opportunity to go do stuff. I would love to use this opportunity to be able to travel more, whether it's just weekend trips somewhere around where we live, things like that. But I hope you guys are willing to come along, and this is the new chapter for the Melissa Chronicles. So I will see you guys next week for our weekly vlogs, and we are going to start with our Paris trips. Now, on a caveat for that for the next week, the first one is dropping with this video, so I'm dropping 2 today with this introduction video and the travel and day 1 of our Paris trip. And so next week will be day 2 of the Paris trip. And so our second day in Paris, we went to Versailles, so a lot of great videos for that. We spent the whole day there. I fell in love with it. So if you enjoyed this video, if you want to follow along, hit that subscribe. You can also find me on all socials, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, at the Melissa Chronicles. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next week.